Hello everyone, this is Harkirat Singh Sekho from ULO Education, and today we are back again with this live video, and we will be talking about speaking test. And फिर से हम speaking के बारे में बात करेंगे, and also we'll be conducting some model answers for cue cards and speaking part 1 as well. We recently uploaded videos about it, and now we will be doing some model answers for both of the topics. And even all these three parts, speaking part 1, part 2, and part 3, that includes the part 1 questions, the cue card, and the follow-up questions. We will be also conducting the model answers for all the parts, which will help us to improve as much as possible and give you ideas the best about how you can speak and how you can communicate better in English, and how you can also improve your fluency and your skill about speaking English. Hello Manjot Kaur, hello, good evening. So also in this live session, if you have any kind of questions or queries, you can just put down in the chat box and I would be replying them live to you, so I can solve your problems one to one. And we will be continuing with the session after a couple of minutes once more people join in with us, and we will be continuing with the session. Kindly share this video with your friends, those who are pursuing IELTS or an IELTS aspirant, so we all can get together to a single mission to have great learning with great questions. So you can ask all your questions, जो भी आपके सवाल होंगे, I will be answering it live in this live video, and you can ask them live to me. All right. So let more people join in before we start the live session, and once जब बच्चे आ जाएंगे, more students आ जाएंगे, we will start this live session just after that. हम क्लास को तभी start कर देंगे. Let more people come and let's see what happens. We will be doing cue cards and we will also be doing the follow-ups. हम part 1 को भी जरूर करेंगे because that is important. Sir, how to improve vocabulary in speaking? Manjot Kaur, you don't have to improve your vocabulary. You have to just speak the vocab which you already know. Why it is that when you start learning your vocabulary or you start improving your vocabulary, you use some words which are sometimes on the spot when you speak live, when you speak in front of examiner, is not possible to speak. So you get disrupted. आप बहुत कंफ्यूज हो जाते हो कई बार इन चीजों में. तो आपको नई वोकैबुलरी याद नहीं करनी है, आपको वही जो वोकैबुलरी जो आपको जितनी भी आती है, सिंपल वोकैबुलरी, उसी को यूज करके फ्लुएंसी पे फोकस करना है, आई कांटेक्ट के ऊपर फोकस करना है, ग्रामर के ऊपर फोकस करना है, सो दैट योर बैंक स्कोर्स डोंट गो सो लो. समटाइम्स क्या होता है, फ्लुएंसी बढ़ाने के चक्कर में, अच्छा वोकैब बोलने के चक्कर में हम अपने सेंटेंसेस को खराब कर लेते हैं, फ्लुएंसी को खराब कर लेते हैं, व्हिच रिड्यूसेस आवर बैंक स्कोर इन द एंड. So एक बहुत बड़ी ट्रबल है. You don't have to improve your vocabulary, you have to use the vocabulary which you already know, जो आप डेली लाइफ में यूज करते हो अपनी लाइफ में. So that is what you have to use. Yes, Manjot Kaur, any other questions with anyone before we start this live class? अगर आपके मन में कोई भी सवाल हो, so I would love to solve that. Mandeep, good evening. A very good evening. So we will start with the questions as soon as possible, and kindly put that in concern that you are going to ask questions to me live, and whatever topic you're going to give me, I am going to solve it in the chat box itself. So chat box is one of the main features of YouTube where we can solve our questions and answers. So kindly put your questions in the chat box before I start, so it would help all of us to gain some knowledge about it, and that is what it is. All right. So shall we start the class? Shall we start with the first cue card of the day? Type a quick yes in the chat box. एक अच्छी सी yes लिख दीजिए, बड़ी सी मुझे. So I know that you are interactive and you are listening to me very nicely. So we can start with the session. Then we will start with the first cue card. Cue card करने के बाद मैं आपको बोल के दिखाऊंगा. I will be giving you the model answer. Model answer के बाद you will know how to speak, and उसके बाद हम follow-ups के ऊपर भी focus करेंगे. Is that good to you? So let's start our first cue card of the day, and that the first cue card of the day would be which cue card you want to do the first? Let's do let's do describe a time when you needed to use your imagination. That would be the first cue card that we will be doing now. Describe a time when you needed to use your imagination, and इसके बारे में क्या क्या आपको कवर करना है वो भी मैं आपको बताऊंगा. ओके ओके ओके. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू कवर इन दिस क्वेश्चन, मैंने क्वेश्चन चैट बॉक्स में लिख दिया. अगर आपको कोई भी सवाल हो तो आप चैट बॉक्स में ही पूछ सकते हो. राइट. Yes, yes. 7+ band के लिए क्या लिए करना पड़ेगा in speaking? Ekam Kapoor, we are going to practice all the three parts of speaking. So stay connected. You will know how you can get 7+ bands in speaking. Right? Stay connected for that. So the first question is, describe a time when you needed to use your imagination. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हमारा प्रोसीजर क्या है? What we do in this session is, हम पहले क्वेश्चन को पिकअप करेंगे, फिर उस क्वेश्चन को मैं आपको आंसर करके दिखाऊंगा. मेरे आंसर्स को आप रिव्यू करना, बैंड स्कोर देना, मेरी गलतियां निकालना, या फिर आपको क्या अच्छा लगा, किस चीज को आप ज्यादा, कौन सी चीज ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट करती है while I speak English, तो वो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखिए. उसके बाद we will be discussing about the answer, and then we will also go to the follow up questions, and follow up questions के भी answers मैं आपको बताऊंगा, जो भी follow up questions होंगे questions के बाद. So the first question is, describe a time when you needed to use your imagination. So I will give you the model answer right now. So let me switch on the comments. It is really good to have an imaginative mind. There is a way you always fit a picture into description. I happen to be a person that uses my imagination almost all the time. I will talk about one of those times when I used my imagination. It was when I was in college. One of the major courses I studied was English. My teacher divided us into groups and asked us to write an essay. He said it has to be fictional, and that meant bringing a story out of nothing. It meant we had to make up a story with our own imagination, which sounded like fun because most of the novels we read are fictional. They are just fragments of a person's imagination. It was easy for us because everyone that was in my group was a reader of some sort. And a reader always has an imaginative mind. So we gathered and picked the storyline. Everybody thought different ideas, and we were able to make up an essay. It felt so good to be able to use my imagination to write something. By the time we submitted, our essay was marked, and we got an A and automatically passed that course. I was so happy and joyful. In every area we find ourselves, we should always try to put our minds to the test. You can imagine the outcome of a decision or a business. Nobody can tell. I might come though. Always be positive, not negative. So this is the time when I used my imagination to the best. Right? So I hope you got the answer. This was my model answer that I gave you. Just like let me know how you felt about it and what are your questions about it. अगर आपके कोई भी सवाल है इससे related, you can ask me in the chat box, or let's move forward with the follow-up questions. Any questions, people? Kindly ask me in the chat box. Otherwise, हम अगले क्यू कार्ड के ऊपर मूव भी कर सकते हैं. नवनीत मान, यही क्यू कार्ड हम करके हटे हैं. यही क्यू कार्ड अभी अभी हमने किया है. The same cue card is what we have done right now. Right? आपको पता होना चाहिए. We did the same cue card अभी 1 मिनट पहले. Okay, follow-ups. मंजोत follow-ups करते हैं इस क्वेश्चन के. The question क्या था हमारा? For describe a time when you needed to use your imagination. Let's come to follow-ups. Do you think adults can have a lot of imagination? So इसका आंसर आप दे सकते हैं yes, because every adult likes to picture where they would be in the following years and what they would have achieved. Right? Then I got, do you think imagination is necessary for scientists? आप बोल सकते हैं yes, it is very necessary. Most of the inventions we see today were made out of imagination of scientists. An imaginative person is artistic. Every invention is a work of art but birthed out of imagination. So this is the answer for this. फिर आपको follow up question आ सकता है, what kind of jobs need imagination? Then you can say so many jobs require imagination, such as artistic jobs, writing jobs, builders, stylists, and much more. फिर आपको क्वेश्चन फॉलो अप में पूछा जा सकता है, what subjects are helpful for people's imagination? Then आप बोल सकते हो creative subjects such as drawing, drama, dance, cutting, sewing are helpful and will engage people's imagination. It also boosts our motor skills. Right? Okay, Bharat. Okay, no worries. And हमारे पास एक क्वेश्चन था, डिस्क्राइब अ टाइम यू गॉट लॉस्ट इन अ प्लेस एंड यू डिडंट नो. इसको मैं टाइप कर देता हूँ, ये हम दूसरा क्यू कार्ड करते हैं. इसको मैंने पहले भी आंसर किया है, मेरे पास सेम स्टोरी में भी फिर से कर देता हूँ. मैं थोड़ा सा आई वाज नॉट वेल दीस डेज, दैट्स व्हाई भरत इट टुक मी टाइम. डिस्क्राइब अ पर्सन हु वियर्स अनयूजुअल क्लोथ, इसके ऊपर भी हमारी प्रीवियस वीडियोस में क्यू कार्ड्स हैं, लाइव वीडियोस में. भरत गर्म पानी दे दे. Bharat, I don't know what difficult or easy is. For me, everything is easy because we know the language. All right. So let's start. Describe a time you got lost in a place and you didn't know about. This is the question, right? From Manjot Kaur. So आपको क्या क्या बोलना है इस क्यू कार्ड के अंदर? That is what I will tell you. मैं अभी आपको बोल के दिखाऊंगा. The same अगर हमारा थीम ऑफ लाइव सेम रहेगा, दैट आई विल स्पीक द क्वेश्चन एंड देन आई विल स्पीक द आंसर. फिर वो हम उसको डिस्कस करेंगे, आप रिव्यू कीजिए, फिर हम क्यू कार्ड डिस्कस करेंगे. हम 10-12 क्यू कार्ड्स करके उसके बाद 10-12 टॉपिक्स और स्पीकिंग पार्ट 1 के भी करके जाएंगे आज. देयर आर लॉट मेनी क्वेश्चंस, ऐसे मैं ले नहीं सकता. चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट दिस. Getting lost isn't a nice feeling as it destabilizes you. It can cause you to lash out angrily or ruin your whole day. I like to talk about an event that occurred 2 years ago, which I never forgot. We were traveling to the wedding of a family friend. The journey to the wedding destination was far because my dad moved away to another state. So my dad refused to travel by plane. He decided a road trip was to show us a place he stayed on a point in his life. My daddy, my younger brother, and I were all in the car going to his wedding. This was an important occasion because of the friendship between my dad and his friend. We started the journey just fine until I noticed that he had made a fourth right turn, meaning a circle. Which I complained. He said he's trying to remember the right road to where we were going. The worst thing, there was no cell reception. We had to trek some distance before we could see anyone direct us in the right direction. I was so terrified because everyone was so quiet and no one was around to talk to, and there was a forest nearby, which worsened my fear. My brother was crying that he wants to go back home. We got to our destination at the end and enjoyed ourselves, but the getting lost process scared both me and my brother. This was my answer. Any reviews on this? Any questions on this? Please don't ask questions again and again in the comments. I can take all the cue cards that you ask. धीरे धीरे जो लोग डेली क्लासेस लगाते हैं हमारी 12 बजे 3 बजे या कभी शाम को, दे नो दैट वी कवर दीज ऑल टॉपिक्स. हमने काफी सारे टॉपिक्स जो आपने पूछे हैं, वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड इट. सो इट्स बीन कवर्ड ऑलरेडी. सो आई विल गो फॉर द न्यूएस्ट टू न्यूएस्ट. जो जो नए नए आइडियाज आते हैं मेरे माइंड में, दैट इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू कवर. Right? Any questions? Let's move to the follow-up questions. Then फिर आपको कोई follow-up questions में पूछा जाएगा, do you often get lost? You can say, no, I rarely get lost because I make use of Google Maps whenever I decide to go to a new place. I always try to check my checklist time to time. Right? Is map reading skill important? इसके बाद आता हूँ भरत आपके ऊपर. Is map reading skill important? Yes. As this will prevent you from getting lost, even it will guide you towards your destination, and it is good for saving time. Are some people better at map reading than others? Then you can, yeah, I think yes. Not everyone can read the map, because some people have extraordinary skill to read a map. So it makes me better than others. फिर आपको और सवाल क्या पूछे जा सकते हैं इसके बारे में? It can be like, should they find information about the place before going there? Yes, it is mandatory to find more and more about a place so that you can know if it is a safe place or not. Going to places that are known to not be safe is dangerous, right? So this is the answer of this cue card. Any questions? Any questions on this? Okay, next क्यू कार्ड हम करेंगे जिसका आंसर होगा टॉक अबाउट अ टाइम व्हेन योर कंप्यूटर ब्रोक डाउन. इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. Talk about a time when your computer broke down. Kindly share and like this video so it inspires us to do more live sessions, and also share with your friends. Now next QCA topic is talk about a time when your computer broke down. Talk about a time when your computer broke down. So let me answer it. Computers are gadgets that almost every person has. They are important in daily activities at work, school, or even for personal use. The uses of and importance of computer cannot be overemphasized. However, there are times they can malfunction either due to mechanical fault or carelessness. I once had my computer break down, and it came at the time I needed it. It was during my undergraduate project research period. I carried out my research and stored my work in my computer. The day my computer broke down, I was analyzing my data using CPSS analysis software. All of a sudden, my computer screen blacked out. I tried everything, removing the battery, switching it on and off. I even almost removed the panel, but I couldn't figure out anything because I wasn't an engineer. It was almost close to my deadline, and I was trying to finish up my work on time. I was really scared and worried about having your computer crash at the worst thing. Not to talk about the cost. After trying everything, I could not get a solution. I took it down to the cafe area. I had an engineer friend who usually fixed all our computers and phones. Luckily, I saw him around, explained my situation to him. He took the computer to his room and opened it. He explained the problem and told me I could fix it with a very little amount of money. I felt relief at this because I couldn't imagine the computer not coming on again. My friend was able to fix my computer and my data wasn't lost. Honestly, I was very scared when it happened because the computer was very important to me at that moment, and I didn't even have enough money to buy a new one then. My friend fixing the computer made me very happy, and I remember thanking him profusely. A lot of people have had their computers crash on them in an opportune time. This could cause a whole lot of issues, from data loss to not meeting up with deadlines. My friends told me the computer breakdown was due to my carelessness. We are expected to care for our gadgets just like we do for ourselves so they can last longer. Right? So this is the content. Bharat, I'm just trying to provide the content as much as possible for each topic, right? So that is why it sometimes gets over time. ठीक है, ओ चाबी देख लो गड्डी से है कि नहीं हैगी, एक बार चेक कर लो, नहीं फिर लॉक लगा. Right? So let's move to the next question then. Yeah, word wala. Bharat, word, there can be some different word. Okay, Manjot, I'll try to slow. पहले overtime हो चुका है. So I'll try to be slow. So no timings, right? We'll move to the next. भरत, जो आपका क्वेश्चन है ना, वर्ड, कौन सा वर्ड होगा यू लर्न इन योर चाइल्डहुड? कोई भी ऐसा वर्ड ले लीजिए, कोई भी वर्ड इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज का, जैसे फ्रेंड्स, जैसे कुकिंग, जैसे कोई भी वर्ड आप लोगे तो उस वर्ड को आप डिफाइन कर सकते हो, कोई भी स्टोरी क्रिएट कर सकते हो. दैट आई डोंट नो, व्हेन आई वाज चाइल्ड, माय वन ऑफ माय क्लासमेट फेलोज आस्क्ड मी दैट वुड यू बिकम माय फ्रेंड, and I didn't reply that time because I didn't even know the meaning of friend. So I went back home, then I asked my family and my mother about what a friend is. So she explained me what a friend is, and she explained it beautifully. This is the way you can answer it. ट्रेडिशन, किसी भी ट्रेडिशन के बारे में बात कर सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल रक्षाबंधन के ऊपर राखी बंधना, रक्षाबंधन के बारे में बात नहीं करनी. यू डोंट हैव टू टॉक अबाउट दिवाली, व्हाट द फेस्टिवल ऑफ दिवाली इज. दिवाली का फेस्टिवल क्या है, इसके ऊपर बात नहीं करनी हमने. वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट द ट्रेडिशंस ऑफ दिवाली. Amritmali, you can improve your fluency in speaking is only and only by practicing speaking. So to practice, you have to find a partner. करवा चौथ, या करवा चौथ एक फेस्टिवल बोल सकते हो, लेकिन करवा चौथ के ऊपर क्या होता है, दैट इज द ट्रेडिशन. दिए जलाए जाते हैं दिवाली पे, दिए जलाना ट्रेडिशन है, दिवाली एक फेस्टिवल है. So always know the difference. होली पे, होली इज अ फेस्टिवल, रंग लगाना इज अ ट्रेडिशन. Right? So ऐसे just keep that in your mind. Shall we move forward with the next cue card, people? Okay, unusual clothes वाला भी कर लेते हैं. Talk about a person who wears unusual clothes. Let me type it down. अभी मैं slow बोलने की कोशिश करूंगा as much as possible. So every one of you, talk about a person who wears unusual clothes. Talk about a person who wears unusual clothes. Any questions, people? कोई भी सवाल है आप मुझे प्लीज पूछ लीजिए, because sometimes I skip it. Any questions that you have in your mind, you can ask me, people. Kindly don't hesitate to ask any sort of questions. Right? Talk about a person who wears unusual clothes. This is a question, and let's start with the answer. I will answer you it right now. तो पहले मेरा आंसर देख लीजिए, फिर आस्क. मैं स्लो बोलने की कोशिश करूंगा as much as possible, but I speak in the fluent way because we are practicing for 9 bands here. Single English for Deepak. What do you mean English for Deepak? Who's Deepak here? I will type down the other questions as well. Diyas, okay. Diyas you can call lamps. Lamp is what diya is what we call. Indrajit Kaur, hi. कैसे हो सर? पजल वाला क्यों कर दे, वधिया आइडिया दसो. पजल वाला भी कर दें, जस्ट वेट फॉर सम टाइम. जस्ट पहले ये वाला कर ले, टॉक अबाउट अ पर्सन हु वियर्स अनयूजुअल क्लोथ्स, फिर इसके बाद हम पजल वाला करेंगे. राइट? पहले हम पजल वाला करते, दूसरा ये वाला करते हैं. सो क्वेश्चन है टॉक अबाउट अ पर्सन हु वियर अनयूजुअल क्लोथ्स. तो पहले आई विल आंसर इट टू यू. Right? Most times we describe unusual as not common. People are used to the norm of wearing a suit and tie, dressing formal, or wearing matching pieces. When someone wears something different from those normal, they are called unusual. Here, I would like to talk about a man I met. I met Mr. Kareem when he moved in my neighborhood. He was dressed so flashily. I had to close my eyes at some point. I introduced myself that day and I got the opportunity to, as he was walking next door to my. He was a joy to be around. Aside from his approach to life, I really enjoyed his company. He was like a breath of fresh air to the stuffed community I lived in. I likes very normal clothes, but he likes to dress flamboyantly. He combined flashy colors. He was always neatly dressed. Even when indoors, you will never find anything out of place. This shows his attire are on point. I considered them weird because in a neighborhood full of like-minded people, he was different. I got him unwanted attention, but he didn't mind. when he was just a radiant, happy self. Although his dressing is unusual, it doesn't stop him from being his best self. Right? So this is the answer. UK वीजा के लिए IELTS कंपलसरी भी है और नहीं भी, it depends on your application. So इसके ऊपर फॉलो अप्स आएंगे. एनी क्वेश्चंस आप पूछ सकते हो, मैं आपको 1 मिनट दे रहा हूँ. कोई भी सवाल हो, डिस्क्राइब अ पीस ऑफ लोकल, प्लीज प्लीज क्वेश्चंस मत पुट कीजिए, मैं अपने आप करवाऊंगा, सारे टॉपिक्स ही करवा दूंगा. लोकल पीस ऑफ न्यूज वाला हमने किया हुआ है ऑलरेडी. सो काइंडली ऐसे क्वेश्चंस पुट मत कीजिए. आई विल, मैं अपने आप सारे ही करवा दूंगा आपको, कोई भी क्यू कार्ड रह नहीं जाएगा आपका. सो काइंडली डोंट डू दिस काइंड ऑफ स्टफ. क्यू कार्ड फॉलो अप करने से पहले कोई भी आपका सवाल हो, काइंडली आस्क मी. दीप टिल्लो, थैंक यू. Any questions before we move up to the follow-ups? Any questions, people? Not common कह सकते हैं इंद्रजीत कौर. Not common. Okay, puzzle वाला करें अभी हम. ठीक है, पहले follow-ups रहते हैं, right? जिसके 12th में 70% कम हो उनको IELTS देना हो. Yes, देना होगा, of course देना होगा उनको. Okay, let's move to the next topic. That topic is describe a puzzle you played. Describe a puzzle you played. So you want me to do this cue card, right? Any questions on any other? कोई भी सवाल हो आपका क्यू कार्ड से रिलेटेड, यू कैन आस्क मी, देन हम इस क्यू कार्ड का आंसर करेंगे उसके बाद. टिल देन इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड क्यू कार्ड्स ऑन दिस टॉपिक और अदर टॉपिक्स, या कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो आपका आइल्स के रिलेटेड, आप पूछ सकते हो इन द कमेंट्स. Kindly share this video with as much as people possible so we can be motivated and inspired for future sessions, and kindly subscribe to this channel and like this video as well. Okay, let's move to the answer of crossword game bhi keh sakte hain Indrajit Kaur. Of course, like I'll talk in my way. Describe a puzzle you played. So I'm going to start. Well, there are a lot of puzzles I played in my life, but one puzzle was really memorable. It was a puzzle box that was gifted to me by my cousin sister. She came back from London. She came back from London after 10 years at least, and she gifted me this box. On this very good and big box, it was written, "What you create is what you get." Now, I was really surprised. What does this mean? So, my sister told me, my cousin sister told me, that this is a box of a house puzzle. You have to join the pieces and create a puzzle with which it is a belief if you complete the puzzle, or the way you complete this puzzle, you will get the same made a house which you make through puzzle. So me and my sister, we were so confident. It took us 12 to 13 days to join all the pieces together to make this beautiful mansion house. Once the puzzle was solved and I saw in front of me a huge mansion house, which really made me felt proud of myself. I took that puzzle made up and took that to my parents. I took that to everyone around me and showed them, see, this is going to be my house, which everyone appreciated. So this was the puzzle I played with my cousin sister. This is my answer, people. So hello, Jado. You could use karde ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ verb ਦੀ second from okay first. The Brad, this is not the speaking question, right? You can use it first. You can also use second also. It depends on the sentences. It doesn't come under formula. It is also it is also dependent on which sentence you're talking. You're talking for the future or present or past, right? Any questions on this? Let's move to the next cue card then, if you want to. right? So let's move to the next cue card, and the next cue card would be, क्या करेंगे नेक्स्ट क्यू कार्ड में, बोलिए, आप ही बताएंगे मुझे. दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम ना इंद्रजीत कौर, आपको करना ही होगा ना, आपको यू हैव टू स्पीक इन फ्रंट ऑफ द मिरर, देन यू रियलाइज दैट यू आर गोइंग टू डू समथिंग. मेरा फर्स्ट जुलाई एग्जाम है सर. हरमन मान, वेरी वेरी कंग्रेचुलेशंस एंड ऑल द बेस्ट. Stay connected with us, Harman, so you can get good scores. ਮਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਕੌਰ, ਸਪੀਕਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਊ ਕਿਊ ਕਾਰਡਸ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮੀਨਰ, ਇਟ ਡਸਨਟ ਮੈਟਰ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਪਏ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ. ਇਫ ਯੂ ਨੋ ਦ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਯੂ ਵਿਲ ਗਿਵ ਦ ਆਨਸਰ. That is for sure. That is what I can promise you. Right? The next cue card we will do is describe something you have made up from yourself. ये क्वेश्चन हम करेंगे अभी. Describe. इंद्रजीत कौर इसके ऊपर भी आएंगे. कोई भी सॉन्ग के बारे में आप बात कर सकते हो, स्कूल के कंपटीशन के बारे में बात कर सकते हो. When you spoke in front of people and उस कंपटीशन में आप सेकंड आए, you hope to win the first prize but you won the second prize as you never sang before that time, so it was a really good experience. Everyone clapped for me, etc, etc. Sir, I have one question. Body language or face expression matter in speaking? Yes, deep to know, of course, body language and face expressions do matter in your speaking test. Deep Brat, doesn't matter कि केड़े questions पूछ रहे हैं, it is just they want to test your speaking and your on the spot speaking ability. Yes, Umair Gujjar, it is true that you have to give IELTS below 70% of marks, or you have to have more than 70% marks in English in higher high school. हरमन मान इसके ऊपर भी बात करेंगे. हंस सकते हैं, बिल्कुल हंस सकते हैं, why not? हंसो जितना मर्जी, but be confident and don't fluctuate while you speak. Right? हंसो उसे चीज से हंसना बनता है, right? So don't laugh unnecessarily. So next question is, describe something you have made yourself from wood, metal, paper or other material. आप बोल सकते हो कि क्या क्या, क्या बनाया, क्यों बनाया, कैसे बनाया और कैसा लगा आपको इसके उसको बनाने. नहीं, कोई बैंड कट नहीं होंगे. इट इज अबाउट योर कॉन्फिडेंस. इफ यू हैव द राइट वे टू स्पीक, if it is you're confident that it is something that you have to laugh about, humor is something that makes your speaking interesting, so add on more humor. Don't laugh without a reason. Right? So let's move to the next cue card answer. Describe something you have made yourself from wood, metal, paper or other materials. So the answer is, making something out of wood, metal, paper or other materials is one of the practical aspects of the school. You get to put some things you have learned into practice. I will be talking about a time I made something out of clay. At that time in school, our teacher was teaching us about different types of soil and their uses. So she asked us to make something using clay soil. Though I have never molded anything with clay before, I was eager to start. I made a human leg with shoe on. This I made this because I knew so many of classmates would make pots, plates, spoons, and most common things. And I hate doing the same thing as others. I love to stand out. So I made something no one would think of making. My dad has the leg of a mechanic in the garage, so I used that to serve as my measurement. Then I mixed my clay soil with a little water. I didn't make it too watery, not too thick, not so hold. I didn't make it watery because I wanted to hold it. I made the foot first and I went on to the leg. I then molded the shoes. It was difficult because I had to make sure it was not roughly made. It was challenging as I had no prior experience of molding before, but I was able to make something well. My teacher gave me an A, and she said, though I made few mistakes, but she gave me a good grade for thinking out box and for being spontaneous. There is nothing we cannot do with our hands if we put our heart into it. So this is my answer, people. Any questions on it? Any questions you would like to ask or any reviews you would like to give? Your pronunciation is very adorable. Thank you, Deebrad. Thank you so much. Oh, I forgot to leave my number. मैं आपका अपना नंबर अपनी UL एजुकेशन का नंबर लीव कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. So if you need any, if you have any queries related IELTS or your study visa, आप इसी नंबर पे WhatsApp करके राइट पूछ सकते हो हमसे. I'll just pin this comment so everyone knows it. What is FA? IELTS is truly easy. It's just basic English language that you have to speak about. So nothing to worry. All right. Any questions on this? So we should move to the cue cards itself. Okay. The cue cards would. Oh, sorry. The follow-ups, right? Atamjot, sir, any vast vocabulary किमें होगी? कितनी vast vocabulary? You don't have to be vast about anything, okay? You just have to be simple. जितनी आपको आती है उतनी ही बोलिए, please. Don't use more vocab. वहाँ पे आप fluctuate करोगे, आप थोड़ा सा confuse होगे, then you will reduce your band scores. Follow-up questions में आपको पूछा था, have you received anything that was handmade by the person who gave it to you? Then you can say, yes, I have received a heart warmer from my grandma. She gave me she gave me as a Christmas gift. She knitted it herself. I still wear it till now whenever it's cold. Then आपको सवाल आ सकता है, should parents help the children making things? Yes, parents should have 1 or 2 experiences in whatever the child is making, so they can help by guiding the child to become better. These are the follow-up questions. All right. You want to do more cue cards या फिर हम speaking part के question start करें? Tell me, people. Okay, let's do the speaking part 1 then. अपना institute मोगा सिटी पंजाब. मोगा सिटी पंजाब. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨੰਬਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਉੱਪਰ 8230000400. ਆਪ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਫੋਨ ਤੇ नीचे आ रहा होगा. आप वहां पे व्हाट्सएप करके मुझे कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं. क्यू कार्ड 2 मिनट ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਯੈਸ, 1 ਤੋਂ 2 ਮਿੰਟ ਦਾ. ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਆਈ ਜਸਟ ਵਾਂਟ ਯੂ ਟੂ हैव मोर आइडियाज अबाउट द सेम सब्जेक्ट, कि आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा आइडियाज मिले उस टॉपिक के बारे में. सो इंद्रजीत कौर माइट बी और इवन मोर. सो स्पीकिंग पार्ट 1 के बारे में मैं बात करूंगा. फर्स्ट कुछ फेमिलियर क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे जा सकते हैं. I don't get your question, Manjot. 6 bands, Umair. So familiar questions would be like no, actually क्वेश्चन समझना भी जरूरी है ना मंजोत. फिर क्यू कार्ड के ऊपर तो मैं क्या ही करूं. तो क्यू कार्ड के ऊपर आप सवाल पूछोगे, अगर आपको कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा, आइडियोलॉजी समझ नहीं आएगी, फिर मैं कर सकता हूं. So basic questions पूछ सकते हैं. Good morning, my name is Harkirat Singh and I'm your speaking examiner today. Could I have your name please? Then आप अपना नाम बोलोगे and your candidate number. आप नंबर बोल सकते हैं. Can I see your ID? अपनी ID दिखा देनी, passport, whatever you have. Well, good. Where are you from? फिर आपसे पूछा जाएगा आप कहाँ से हो. Then you say that I'm from Moga city and don't use the word hail or hole or something. That is all not something. Don't use a vocabulary that disturbs the examiner or it feels awkward. What do you do? आप बोल सकते हो that I'm a student and I'm preparing for my IELTS test so I can go abroad for my further studies. Right? Now about you, आपसे यही सवाल पूछे जा सकते हैं. अभी पहला हम टॉपिक क्या करेंगे? The first topic that we will be doing, yes, आप विलेज भी बता सकते हो विलेज के बारे में भी. That is my village is Kadial, for example. So when the examiner asks where are you from, I will say I come from Kadial, which is located near the city Moga, like this. Right? So let's talk about celebrity. Part 1 question. Celebrity के बारे में पूछते हैं. Celebrity के बारे में आंसर करते हैं. Right? Right? So celebrity. क्यू कार्ड्स का टॉपिक हो चुका है. नाउ वी आर इनटू स्पीकिंग पार्ट 1. क्यू कार्ड्स कल फिर से स्टार्ट करेंगे यहीं से. Who is your favorite celebrity? पहला सवाल. Then you can say I have many celebrities I like. It's kind of hard to choose from. Some of the celebrities I like are Priyanka Chopra, Kareena Kapoor, Salman Khan, Tasha Cobbs, Ariana Grande, and much more. Then question आ सकता है, do you like any foreign celebrities? Then you can, yes, I do. Most of my favorite celebrities are foreign celebrities actually. I like only a few Indian celebrities. Don't get me wrong, I love my country, but I just kind of find foreign celebrities are more appealing than celebrities in my country. Then would you want to be a celebrity in the future? Yes, I want to be famous in my chosen field. I want to be known and appreciated for my work in motivational speaking and education. Like this. Would you want to be a celebrity in future के बारे में जब भी आप कहो, सिर्फ celebrity वो नहीं होता कि जो movies में आता है. Celebrity can be anyone in their specific fields as well. Right? I hope you understand that point. No, it's not a wrong start, Galaxy Enterprises. I have many celebrities I like. It's correct. Right, then celebrities के बारे में क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. Do you think we should protect famous people's privacy? Then you can say, I don't think there is any law that states we should protect the privacy of famous people, but we are able to respect and not invade their privacy. Even I, as an ordinary citizen, cherish my privacy and I won't like it to be invaded. Then how do celebrities influence their fans in your country? Then celebrities can have both positive and negative influence of their on their fans. Celebrities can have a positive influence on youth by serving as role models and sharing gifts among their fans. But some other celebrities can also provide toxic examples. Specifically, celebrity influence body image and substance use of destructive and teen mental health, and even some of the controversies lead to that. Like you can say, Kangana Ranaut is a big controversy, and she's a celebrity that influences bad on people. Like this, you can also give examples, not a problem. Any questions on this, people? We will do 2 or 3 more speaking part 1 questions, then we will end this live video. Kindly ask questions as much as possible so we can figure out your problems and we can solve it. So that is what it is. Any questions on anything, kindly ask me, or any reviews you want to give me. You have my number 823004400. You can ask any questions that are related to IELTS, immigration, study visa, or anything related to your life. Because I'm a motivational speaker myself, I can also help you and counsel you on your life, relationships, and your problems. Okay, Indrajit, nice. Congratulations and all the very best. We will help you to score the best. Hello, Arjun Singh. Hello. So let's move to the next question. What would be the next question that you want to do on speaking part 1? You can text me on 823004400. आपके स्क्रीन के ऊपर नंबर आ रहा है ऊपर ब्लू लाइन में, एंड उस नंबर को स्क्रीनशॉट कर लीजिए, और आप मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज कर सकते हैं फॉर एनीथिंग, अगर आपको कोई भी न्यूज हो. Yes, Satamjot, I would love to go to museums if I find any. Okay, let's do the family and household work. Right? ये करते हैं. बारबी के रिलेटेड हो गया यार, कितनी बार करेंगे? बहुत बार कर लिया बारबेक्यू के रिलेटेड. Yes, Arjun Singh, 5.5 in one module is acceptable in Canada in few colleges and universities. Yes, it is obviously right to use connectors in Q card because it is part of English and you can use it. Family के बारे में क्या क्वेश्चन आ सकता है? How many people are there in your immediate family? Then you can say, we are a family of 5, my father, mother, brother, sister, and I. आप नेम भी ले सकते हैं. My father Prabjit, my mother Brilvinder, brother Bhupinderjit, sister Jatinder, and me Harkirat. आप नाम भी ले सकते हो. Do you have a large extended family? Yes, an extra large extended family indeed. My mom alone has 6 siblings and they all have at least 4 children each. One of my uncle has 7 children and my dad has 5 siblings who also have children. Some of these children also have children. I don't even know all my relatives. That's why we hold a family reunion so we can get to know some of relatives we don't know. This is the answer of this question. So, फिर question आता है, what do you do together with your family? In my family, we have movie nights and family dinners. No matter where we are, we always make sure we can come together for movie nights and family dinners. We also go on family vacations twice a year for bonding. We also have open up nights. It is mostly done during our vacation. This is when each member of our family speaks up and out about what they are going through and also talks about what other members of family might have done to offend them. And I tell you, this night is always filled with lots of emotions. We also have a family game night. Yes, Kudrat work. Okay. What was you asking? Kindly ask me. Then आपको question आ सकता है, why family is important to you? Then family has played an important part in who I have become. My parents made sure my siblings and I grew up in an atmosphere where no matter what, we should never forget that family comes first. During my difficult times, my family was one of who stood by me. Yes, Indrajit, that is good. Then हमारा टॉपिक क्या था? Family and household work. So this is the last thing we will do today. अब household work के ऊपर. Do you do housework at home? Then you can say yes, it is compulsory in my family. No member of my family is permitted to sit idle without doing anything. This is the answer. Then what kind of housework do you often do? Then most of the time I clear the dining tables after each meal and then I wash the plates. I also sweep and make sure the living room and kitchen are kept clean. I often help my mom in kitchen too sometimes. देन आपको लास्ट क्वेश्चन हम आज का डिस्कस करेंगे जो आएगा आपका स्पीकिंग पार्ट 1 में. डू यू थिंक दैट चिल्ड्रन शुड डू हाउसवर्क? Yes, given children housework to do helps them to be responsible and helps them to contribute to the day-to-day activities of the household. So that is end of my answers to you. अभी आपके जो भी सवाल हैं स्पीकिंग के बारे में, आइल्स के बारे में, इवन स्टडी वीजा के बारे में आप पूछ सकते हो. I'm giving a free hand to all of you. Ask कोई भी क्वेश्चन आप पूछ सकते हो मेरे से. I will love to answer all your questions. Yes, आतमजोत, I come live every day. 12 बजे आते हैं मोस्टली. कभी टाइम नहीं लगता तो 12 बजे वाला सेशन डिले हो जाता है. देन अगर 12 बजे लाइव ना आए तो वी मूव आवर सेशन टू 3 बजे तो होता ही है सेशन, राइट, एज यू ऑल नो. तो 3 बजे सेशन होता है. 3 बजे वाले सेशन में यादविंदर सर रीडिंग या राइटिंग करवाते हैं. और अगर मैं 12 बजे लाइव ना हूं तो आई कम लाइव एट जब ये टाइम है लाइक 6 बजे 5 बजे, बिकॉज आई एम बिजी इन ऑफिस समटाइम्स, सो दैट इज द रीजन. एनी क्वेश्चंस पीपल? कोई भी सवाल है आपके मन में आप पूछ सकते हो मुझे. कोई भी सवाल आपके मन में आ रहा हो, you can ask me right now before we end this live video. Institutes are open. हैरी, आप कहाँ से बात कर रहे हो? अगर आप मोगा सिटी से बात कर रहे हो, you can join ULO Education. Yes, it is very important, Indrajit Kaur, for you to get 6.5 and 6 each. It is really important. अगर अदरवाइज अगर आपको डिटेल जाननी है इस चीज़ की तो आप ऊपर नंबर दिया गया हुआ है 8230044400. आप मुझे अपना CV लिख के भेज दीजिए, आपका नाम, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन सारी, कितने मार्क्स हैं आपके और आइल्स में क्या स्कोर आ सकता है, तो मैं आपको और भी डिटेल इसकी बता सकता हूँ. ओके हैरी फ्रॉम बठिंडा, इफ यू वांट टू ज्वाइन इन मोगा यू कैन ज्वाइन राइट नाउ. एनी क्वेश्चंस पीपल? अगर और सवाल हैं आपके तो काइंडली आस्क मी दोस क्वेश्चंस. Just give me a second. Till then, I take your questions, right? Hello? Yes? Hello? Who's this? ULO Education Moga? No, Moga City. It's okay. Any questions, people? Kindly ask me in the comments. Before we end this live, yes, Indrajit, you can just WhatsApp me your details. फिर हम देखते हैं. I'm a dweller of Ludhiana. Dweller or dweller? Dweller. ULO, the full form, Universal Literary Oracle. It's an organization. Yes, Pavandeep Kaur, it's a very good introduction. But also mention your name. My name is Pavandeep Kaur or whatever. ULO, the full form, Universal Literary Oracle. I will just write it down. It's an organization which empowers people to study different stuff and do business as well. I will write it down and you can see the full form. Any questions, people? Before I end this live video, kindly ask your questions about study visa, IELTS, speaking, or whatever you want to ask. You can ask me any sort of questions that would help you and other people as well on this live video. Kindly ask your questions, people. Okay, then we will end this live video in 1 minute, and I'll wait for 1 more minute. If anyone appears to ask questions, they can ask. Have a good day, Manjot. You too as well. Okay, then people, see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Yes, Umir Gujar, you can pass ALS. So see you tomorrow again, 12 p.m. Could you please tell me about the timing of the live class? Timing would be 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Please note it down. आप इस चैनल के ऊपर जाना, लेटेस्ट पोस्ट में जाओगे तो एक पोल भी है कि आप कौन सा एग्जाम चूज करते हो, उसके ऊपर भी एक पोस्ट है, वहां पे एक पोल पे भी क्लिक करना है, तो वी विल हेल्प यू इन डिफरेंट मैनर्स. सो टाइमिंग ऑफ द क्लास इज 12 p.m. एंड 3 p.m. अगर 12 बजे वाला सेशन नहीं होता तो 5 बजे वही सेशन कंडक्ट किया जाएगा. सो दैट्स इट फॉर द डे. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. अगर आपके कोई भी सवाल हो तो यू कैन आस्क. इवनिंग टाइमिंग 3 p.m. एंड अगर आप 12 बजे वाला सेशन नहीं होता तो 5 बजे. तो काइंडली कनेक्ट. अगर वो कोई भी सवाल हो, यू कैन कॉल मी, नॉट कॉल मी, काइंडली व्हाट्सएप मी फर्स्ट, आस्क योर इंक्वायरी, उसके बाद हम कॉल पे भी बात कर सकते हैं. यस, स्पीकिंग ईडियम्स यूज कर सकते हैं इफ यू नो देम टू परफेक्टली. अगर आपको परफेक्टली यूज करने आते हैं तब आप इजिली ईडियम्स को यूज कर सकते हो. नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. राइट, एनी क्वेश्चंस पीपल? फिर हम चलते हैं. कल मिलेंगे 12 बजे दोपहर को. अगर जो जो स्टूडेंट्स आएंगे, अगर आपका कोई भी सवाल हो तो पूछ लीजिए. एंड आई एम गिविंग यू सम सेकंड्स कि आप स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो. ऊपर नंबर दिया गया है, फिर भी मैं एक बार कमेंट्स में डाल देता हूँ, कई बार नहीं पता चलता, तो आप मुझे व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हो. एनीवन, इंद्रजीत एंड ऑल, एवरीवन, you can just WhatsApp me on this same number, then we will connect here. Right, any questions? Okay, then people, see you. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will connect you to tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. Share this video, share this channel, also subscribe us because it motivates us. Thank you so much.